Today I'm going to answer the question, do you have to get out of your comfort zone in order to learn or to grow? And this is something that cropped up in a conversation recently, and it really got me thinking, because it is a sort of well-established idea that when you get out of your comfort zone, that's when you learn the most. But the question is, do you have to get out of your comfort zone in order to learn something? And I've come to the conclusion over many years of helping people to learn and develop in different ways that it depends. I know that's not a very good answer, is it? But, as a coach or as a trainer, it's good to have an answer to this question in your own mind, because if you were to believe that people have to get out of their comfort zone in order to change, to learn, to grow, then that would mean that you would be deliberately moving people outside of the areas of life where they're comfortable and happy. You're deliberately making people uncomfortable. And do we want to do that? Do we think it's necessary? Is it desirable? Is there another way? That's the question. So let's start by thinking, well, why would you get people out of their comfort zone? And the obvious reason is that you would do that because you want somebody to discover that they are capable of other things. And so the classic thing might be somebody who's frightened of public speaking, who might have done some training and they've sort of learnt the theory, but they still haven't put it into practice and they're really quite nervous about doing it. You might set up a situation where they almost have no choice. So they're pushed out of their comfort zone into the situation where they have to just stand up and deliver a presentation, and then they discover that they can actually do it. Now, that's going to be a really uncomfortable experience for the person while they're doing it. But then when they come out the other side and they realise that they had learnt everything that they need, that they did have the skills, it can be a very positive outcome to realise that they've achieved something that they thought wasn't possible. I kind of remember this from years and years and years ago when I used to be part of a debating team. And I remember lots of occasions sitting at the table waiting for the debate to begin, being very nervous and thinking, when this one's over, I'm not doing it anymore. And then, of course, we'd get up and we'd have the debate and it would be fun and it would be quite high adrenaline, But even if we didn't win, and the team I was in did win quite regularly. Even if we didn't win, the adrenaline of doing it all carries you through. And then somebody says, see you next week. And you go, oh, yes, absolutely. And there I'm a week later thinking, oh, do I really want to be doing this? But that's about getting out of your comfort zone. And there can be some real positive benefits for it. But then the other side of this is, well, why would you not want to get somebody out of their comfort zone? And I think the reason why I might not want to is because we never really know what else is going on for somebody. So somebody might be way out of their comfort zone in a different area of life. They might be just about kind of holding it together and managing to function because something is really challenging them in a different part of their lives. And then if you come along, as a very well-intentioned coach or trainer and go, right, let's really challenge you. Let's make things really hard for you so that you can learn something important. You might just push that person over the edge into not being able to function very well at all. And so I think that if you are going to push somebody out of their comfort zone, you probably need to have their permission to do it. Maybe not in the moment, but perhaps up front. You need to be clear about what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. And at all times, I would want to take care of somebody that I'm working with and make sure that they have a good experience. So I'd only push them when I'm fairly confident that it's going to have a good outcome. So there's another question here, which is, does getting out of your comfort zone always lead to some kind of useful learning? Because that sort of seems to be assumed by the idea that we need to get out of our comfort zone in order to learn. But when I think about it, there are lots of occasions when somebody getting out of their comfort zone doesn't lead to learning and growth. It just leads them to feel really uncomfortable and to retreat as quickly as possible. So I think that's covered all the different sides of the debate. Do you have to get out of your comfort zone to learn or to grow? No, I don't think you do. But I think if you do, there is always the opportunity to learn something new. Something to think about.